and welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. Now, as I said, I have a weather issues to report, and it seems like we have seen a lot of rain. Even this morning, as early as 3:30 in the morning, I have seen a lot of rain. Now, they say that yesterday the weather forecast has came out and obviously gave us a little bit more information in terms of the effect of JEBI's tropical storm. And this is not just hit us, it has been hitting China as well as Vietnam pretty hard as well. So and Myanmar at this point. Now they have said that at this point, all the way to perhaps a few days after this, it seems like northern part of Thailand will be hit quite hard. So if you in Mae Hong Son, Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai and Tak, please be sure that you watch out for heavy rains, and there might be some flood here and there, but be very, very careful. Now they have said that in other provinces like Uthai Thani, Kanchanaburi, Ranong, as well as Phang Nga, there has also been a lot of heavy rain lately, and of course in the southern part of Thailand, high waves as high as 2 meters, so be very, very careful. Now in Kanchanaburi province, Sangkhlaburi district, of course we have reported about the flash flood, and this is where it hit quite hard in Kanchanaburi because one of the longest wooden bridge here in Thailand, Sapan Mon, was actually broken down as well. Now there has been several reported of several bridges as well as roads in different part of Thailand that seems to be hit by flash floods and of course got cut off. In Mae Sot district of Tak province, however, they say that the flood water level has decreased a little bit. Now in Phang Nga province, Ta Kua Pa district in particular, the water has decreased as well. However, in Pakong district there has been a report of Sapan, the bridge, Ban Pak Klong bridge, that has been hit by flash flood, and of course it got cut off. Now 60 households has been facing the problem of stranded because they cannot get in and out of the area at all. The authorities are going in to try to make sure that they were able to evacuate some of the villagers. Now, Kun Chachat Sittipan, of course, the transport minister, went into Kantang district of Trang province yesterday along with his entourage to take a look at the roads. And apparently this particular main road has been cut off twice already due to flash flood. Now, we're talking about the Sai Na Mueang Phet Bang Sak road.
Cut off twice.
Yeah, twice already. The first one was on the 3rd of July and they fixed it. I don't know how they fixed it, but of course, you know, we can it is understandable due to flash floods and such. The dirt seems to be flushed away really easily. It's softened the soil underneath. So once again, on the 1st of August, it got cut off again. So it ended up causing a lot of trouble for people in the area, and you know it's such a big thing that the Minister of Transport Ministry has to be there to make sure that he look over the particular case, and then perhaps make sure that to see what really went on, whether or not it was because of a flash flood alone, or maybe the material that was used were not up to standard that would be able to withhold all this flood.
That's going to be frustrating for a lot of people that need to use it regularly because they just fixed it.
Exactly, and you use it for like a month or so, and then once again, it doesn't work.
Because normally when you just fix something, they would hope it will last for a
little bit longer than a month or two, really.
Anyway, one of the really big news passed last week, the whole week, is the oil leak that become oil spill international news.
Oh yeah, we make good news.
Thailand's always get on the first page of global newspaper for some reason. This time wasn't for a good reason. Anyway, so the situation have improved apparently. We have seen lots of photos yesterday from Samet Island that are proud visibly look clear and nice. Visibly look clear and nice, and other beaches on the Samet Island look nice enough. You still see a lot of tourists swimming around in other beach while Prao Bay is still closed. they said it should be able to open in next a week or two.
Right.
After they're able to clean up, remove everything. Right now it's in the process of removing all the soil and all the whatever it is.
And
the
bags
trash.
of like debris
It's
that
like
we collected.
230 tons.
Yeah, it was like a big bags. We posted the pictures on our Facebook as well. One of our good friends, she was in the area and she took a picture for us. Thank you, Amy. And it was great because the thing is, we didn't realize that how well it was doing right now. And I gotta say, it went pretty fast. But of course, we has helped from a lot of people, including volunteers.
Yes.
Right, to make sure that this happened.
Volunteers and also the Navy and local people around the area.
So I thank all those people, not particularly for the PTT though.
Oh, well, anyway.
Right.
Just because it's getting clean so fast, so PTT executive able to come out and say they insist it's only 50,000 liter. Otherwise, it wouldn't take this short period of time to able to clean up all the oil spilled in the sea. So they insist that 50,000 is not a lie. And
okay,
that's what
good
they
to
said.
know.
So I believe today they will have a big meeting between executive and probably another press conference about what has been going on, and just to probably make that case when people accuse them of hiding some facts and information about what was going on since the 27th. I think just this last 2-3 days.
Right.
In the last 2-3 days that the PTT executive become more active about what's going on or what should have been said and done. Anyway, the public health minister has come out and said that right now they set up a war room at the public health center office in Rayong province. So people that think they are having an effect mentally or physically from this oil spill, they can just go in and get the checkup. And they have also took the sample of some seafood in the area.
Yeah, we have to do that, don't we?
Yes, and right now they're able to get only result of only 2 kind of chemical, which is PAH, and another one is the mercury. And there's no PAH in anything, and mercury is just so minimal, like regular level, as the same as when there's no oil spill. All the picture you see right now. The thing is, yesterday, Mr. Vichet Kasem Thongsi, the Natural Resources Minister, and also the Permanent Secretary of Natural Resources Ministry and the Director General of the National Wildlife Department went down to Rayong, and before they went across to the island, they took their time to sit down and ate some steamed crab.
Oh, to show us
just
that
to show
it's
that
edible.
food is safe and edible, because
Right.
actually this is really affect the fishermen, the local fishermen and the restaurant, because they said it's less than half. I mean, they're not able to catch as much seafood as they used to already, because they believe all this marine life can smell the petrol, the crude oil, so they haven't been in the area as much. And
Which
not
makes
just
sense.
that, yes, and not just that, they have so much less order and got a lot of cancellation for their supply. So it's affect every aspect. Also, the DSI have come out and said that they already get, the part that create the problem of all this, the leak, is actually from, I think we talked about this, the pipeline between the boat and the rig itself. And the DSI now able to confiscate that particular part of the pipe. And now they will determine what is the cause of the leak, whether it's because of the quality of the pipe itself, or whether it's because there's something
I've seen a picture of the pipe.
Make it break. It looked pretty beaten up.
Yeah.
And
I know. I was like, wow, that doesn't look like something that
Yeah.
you should actually use for something this important.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And the DSI said that there I don't know how many people, but there is actually PTT employee, but the DSI didn't give out the name, came into DSI to actually give them the information about the material, the equipment they use.
Oh.
So that will be interesting. That will be interesting because DSI still try to collect the information whether it is required as a case under the DSI.
Right, whether or not it's just like an accident, or is it because there's malfunction in some of the equipment or even workers in the rig itself.
This thing not gonna go quiet easily, I believe.
I hope not, because it's just way too big of an issue that we should not take it lightly. And I believe there's a lot of people even talk about perhaps suing PTT for this particular case.
Another issue about the health issue of all the volunteers and the Marine and the people that and also the journalists and everybody that has been around the area. The Public Health Ministry has taken all the urine sample of about 1,522 people. About 250 people of those already get their result, and there is nothing to be worried about yet. But everyone, the Public Health Ministry has registered everyone, and they have to do follow-up in a year and 5 years. So just to make sure that it will be okay. That is a really good thing, actually. Because of course a lot of people will just forget that you have to do a checkup, or this actually have a long after
Better be
effect.
safe than sorry.
Yes.
Right. Now moving on to a very sad news once again. We have been reporting and we were hoping that there will be peace down south, but it didn't seem to be so, especially as we hit the weekends. After we finish our program, then there has been several reports about the fire in several places down south, including in Yala province. The rubber plantations has been burnt down. Now the rubber factory, has been burnt down quite badly, as well as a few places. For example, the pole, AIS pole that transmitting all the signals has been set up on fire as well in Yala province, as well as the rubber factories in Yala province. So 2 rubber factories altogether were burnt down. Now, having said that, these are the news since Friday. However, as of yesterday, just yesterday alone, these are the report that we have received for this morning. There has been an incident in Yala province where one of the ranger was shot, and this is Kun Tirapong Pongpung. Now, he was taken to Raman Hospital afterward. They have said that him along with another friend were actually riding motorcycle to go to Bangkok Thailand intersection, where the 4 of insurgents dressed as a woman in 2 motorcycles, sat in 2 motorcycles, just came close to them. And obviously, the first initiation for them was nothing to be worried about, not too threatening, because they were dressed in women clothes, so they thought these are women.
People tend to be more lenient.
Because with that disguise, then then the soldiers did not realize that was an insurgent, and the next thing they know, these insurgents start to pull out a gun on them, and obviously one of the rangers were able to shot back, and they dispersed. So luckily he was not killed in this particular incident for this Kun Tirapong Pongpung. However, in another incident in Narathiwat later on in the afternoon, Chaywut Suksawat was shot dead. He was shot in the back with 5 shots. They took him to Rangat Hospital. However, he did not make it, and he was on his way to the base before the 2 culprits actually went behind him and started shooting him from behind. Now, this, of course, having said that, there have been a talk about in the past 10 days, from the 31st of July to the 3rd, there has been already altogether in total, this is just to the 3rd, not even counting yesterday yet, 33 incidents. 4 of the civilians were killed, 42 were injured. civilians as well as the officials, obviously, and there are several of the incident of fires as well. So yesterday, Kun Prasha Phomnok, along with Kun Prasha Pasopdi, the Interior Minister, Kun Paradon Patana Thabut, as well as the other high-ranking officials, went to Yala province to talk about this particular case to see whether or not what can be done. Now, apparently, they say that at this point, peace talk will be still on the table. However, they are asking BRN to look into this particular case and see what really went on and why are we still seeing violence down south. And of course, Lieutenant General Sakon Chun Trakoon, which is the Region 4 Army Chief, also talked about this as well, went into Yala Hospital, tried to provide a bit of a good spirits for all the soldiers that were hit hard. And of course, at this point, they were hoping that the BRN or like all the insurgents would be able to keep it quiet down a little bit, because right now we're approaching the last 10 days. So they were worried that it's going to be intensified even more.
Yeah, because if you heard from the national security official, they said actually this last 10 days, normally it's more intensified.
Yeah, so we're hoping that we don't have to, but then hopefully we'll keep you more updates, obviously, on this particular issue.
Hopefully there won't be much more to get updated. Anyway, we're going to take a short break, and we will come back to talk about the political reform. The Prime Minister has come out and suggest set up some committee over the weekend, and also the rally yesterday.
Exactly.
Stay tuned.